Hello, Akko here again. Welcome to a little video on Thaumic Energistics and how to integrate it into your Applied Energistics system. Now, Thaumic Energistics is a Thaumcraft stroke Applied Energistics 2 add-on that integrates the two together and lets you use your AE network to control your Thaumcraft stuff, which is very cool. This is another viewer request. A couple of people have asked me to show quickly how to do this. It's kind of with like a Thaumic Energistics spotlight because I'm going to have to cover everything in it anyway. So I've got Thaumic Energistics up in the NEI here and we're going to go through everything in it. Let's start off by looking in our Thaumicon. So your tab, it's got this little energy ball thing here. We'll actually come to that in a bit. I'll quickly go through everything on the tab here. Now these are the things that you need to unlock the stuff. So once you've unlocked Fusion and Mirror Magic, then you can unlock the fusion provider, which you have to research, for example. So Warded Arcana, which is the arcane doors and stuff, plus essentially distillation lets you get the Digi-Sensor storage, which is your energy cells. So what I'm going to do for this video is I'm going to have to presume you understand Applied Energistics. If not, please ask in the comments and I'll try to answer any questions. I've got a little Applied Energistics system set up here with some controllers, couple of terminals, some storage drives and some crafting CPUs for some reason, but we actually do need one of them later on, but we've not got much else on this. I don't need a lot of this, that's on here to be honest, but made a little system there. It's also got a security station and a wireless access point, and that's part of the Thaumic Energistics we'll get to later. We need that for later on as well. So little AE system there that can not do a lot apart from, well, it can't do any auto crafting because it's got no molecular assemblers, so it can't actually do a lot. It can, yeah, well, we'll come to it. So let's have a look in here again then. So we'll start at the top. First thing we've got here, alchemical duplication. So because this mod is installed, it lets you, using a crucible or an arcane alchemical construct, you can duplicate certain things: slime balls, clay, gunpowder, ink and glowstone. And you can also duplicate status quartz in your crucible and leather quartz. Very nice. So that's the normal one. That's the normal Thaumcraft one. That's what the Thaumic Energistic adds. So your normal Thaumcraft lets you do alchemical. There it is, alchemical duplication, which is that one. And then your Thaumic Energistics lets you learn that from that, which lets you do the status quartz. So once you've got, if you've got this mod in, once you've got one status quartz, you can keep duplicating it, and you never have to go mining for it, which is very nice. And it's what I do in the Resonant Rise pack that I play with these two mods together. So there's the first thing. Come down here. Let's start across here. So infusion provider. This is very nice. Infusion provider is an arcane infusion recipe. You use an ME interface and these items here. And what that can do for us, we'll grab one of these. We can place that across near our infusion thing. I'm just going to I'll move it over there a little bit, and let's connect this to our ME network. And let's see about crafting something real quick. Boots. I made some of these yesterday, so I think I remember the recipe. No, actually I want some. I've only put 4 pedestals, so let's get something with 4 pedestals. So Thaumium sword, and I believe this is great wood, log, diamond, and 2 air shards. Let's put air wrong. No, I'll take the different type of air. Air shards. Let's see if this is correct. Oops. Fail. Put that there. Put that there. Air shards. There. And there. Get our sword back. Put that on there. Whack it with a wand. Cool. And hopefully, Mortis, Potentia, and air. Let's have a look in here. I've not actually got a terminal, so we can't actually look at that yet. We had everything, cool. And I'll show you how we had everything in a minute. As you can see there, your infusion provider provides your infusion with the aspects it needs. Now for that, I've kind of skipped ahead a little bit. I've got a creative cell in here. If you look in that, it's got a load of the aspects in there. So I banged in a load of random ones. We'll get to that in a little bit. But that's your infusion provider, and I've made myself a solid zephyr there. Cool. So we should cover then how I managed to get to that. So before we looked at that, we should have started here. Did you essentiate transportation? Did you essentiate? We should start at the middle. There we go. Thaumic Energistics. There's a start. First thing, did you essentiate storage? Shows you how to make your 1K drive, your storage unit, 1K, 4K, 16K and 64K, just like you would with normal Applied Energistics. And then that's how you make your empty casing, and that's how you combine it to make a storage cell of the different sizes. And then of course you can combine it like that, exactly the same with Applied Energistics. And we've got an arcane workbench. So normal Applied Energistics, you've got a normal workbench. What that allows you to do is, in that you can put your cells in there, and you can put in whatever you want to store in them. So normal stuff, let's have a 64K cell. 64K storage cell. I've now partitioned that so that cell will accept air shards. I put that in there. I throw my air shards in. They're now in there. You can see it's got one of 63 types in it. Cool. So just like that, you can do the same with your sensor ones. So we've got our 1K, 4K, 16, 64. So we'll grab a 64. Now the way you put things into this, so you have this workbench that's very similar but slightly different. The way you put things into this is you need a vial of the correct essential. So there we go, we've got a vial of Ignis there. If we go like that, bang, I've shift clicked it, and now we've got Ignis in there. I could have dropped it like that, but I just shift clicked it. So now that is partitioned for Ignis. So we can put that in there, and if we look at it, it's partitioned. If we put some Ignis into our system, which we have not got to how to do that yet, then it would go into that one. It's already got some in that one though. Let's take Ignis out of that one. So this is a creative one that you can spawn in. I've banged a load of random ones in. There we go, I've took Ignis out of that. So when we put some Ignis into the system in a little while, it should go into that one. Yeah? And each one of these can only hold 12 types. So to get 48 standard ones, and we've got forbidden magic, so we've got some more. So you need quite a few of them to get your stuff in. Now there's that bit. So let's look at getting things into the system. So your basic bit then is, if you look at this, we've got Digisentia, and it's a diffusion core and coalescence core, and they're based off the formation and the annihilation from your normal Applied Energistics. You combine them with Quicksilver and either order or entropy, and that gets you the cores, and they're used for making other stuff like your import and export buses and your storage buses. So exactly the same as a normal one would work in Applied Energistics. You've got an import bus and an export bus. So if we was to grab some of them, so I want a export and an import. Let's have a water jar, and let's come across here. We'll put our water jar down here, and we'll come across with our smart cable and export bus. Now what I want to do on here is, in the export bus, again with a vial, put that in there, and that's going to tell the system. And I've taken the Ignis out of there, and let's get an air vial. Vial of essential air. So if I click that on that with that, what we're going to get is air coming from our AE network, from that cell there, that creative cell, into that water jar. Smashing. Get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Let's put down another jar, and this time let's get a import bus. It's going to do exactly what you'd expect it to do. Let's put our vials of ignis into there, and that now is going into that storage cell. As you can see, it's going up there, exactly as you'd expect. Nice one. So yeah, let's look in here again. So there's that, and then you can use that on other stuff as well. So if we go to our arcane alembics, so let's put some, is it elementum that goes in there? I'm used to using it with blood magic. I don't even know how you spell elementum. That's so often I use this stuff. I know I can't even see it. 118, yeah. Tell you what, I know how to spell charcoal. There's charcoal in there, and let's cook up some chisel stone for terra and ordo. So we'll stick a stack of that in there. We want to get ordo and terra out of that. There's the ordo. There's the terra. So on the back of your arcane alembics, you can get your import bus. Well, don't have to go on the back, because it can be on the side. Oh. We can connect that to our system, and that's going to start going in. Don't make me lie here. Are you going in or what? I've got anywhere for it. Let's bang an empty unpartitioned one in there. There we go. So as you can see, there we go. Those aspects going in through the import buses into our system. Excellent. Now, export buses, you can export to jars. Not sure about exporting to other stuff. Can't think of anything else you'd export to at the minute. I'll come to this thing. This is the advanced alchemical furnace, the end game Thaumcraft stuff. I'll come to this thing as well. This you don't feed with the export bus. We'll come on to our next thing here. So we've got our import and our export bus there. We also had a storage bus. Now, a storage bus works like you expect a storage bus to. So storage bus, there we go, and let's get rid of that. Put our storage bus on there. And let's get a vial of something that we haven't got yet. So I'll take one of the forbidden magic ones. Let's get some aura, and put some aura in there. And that is going to show it in our network. Now I can't actually show you that yet because we've not got to where you can actually see stuff in your network. I suppose we'll come to that next. But, before we get to that, we'll come off there. We'll do the Essential Provider. Essential Provider works very much like your ME interface. So instead of using a export bus on your alchemical constructs here, what we're going to do is we're going to put a Essential Provider on the back of it. So that is how you can get stuff into there. That's how you can get your aspects into there. You only want one. Don't want to put two on there for. That's how you get your aspects into there. To get your actual ingredients into there, it's normal Applied Energistics. So you'd want an export bus. Oh, no, you want an ME interface. So an ME interface. Go on there. That's not an ME interface. ME interface will go on there. You can connect that up. So, and now what you can do is, if you put a recipe in there, let's go with thaumium, iron ingot can create thaumium, so we'll click that as a selected recipe here. We'll pull that back out of there. If we add a recipe in there to turn thaumium, to turn iron into thaumium, so let's come across to where I made the pattern terminal. Iron and thaumium ingot. let's create a processing pattern that says ions becomes thaumium. There we go. And stick that into our thing there. We should now be able to craft. Now I've got a precondition in there. No, I haven't. So let's get a bit of precondition into the system. Let's use another storage bus. So jar, storage bus, and contatio. Stick some of that in there. We've now got some precondition in the system. So now I can craft. Let's just have 8 of them. Missing iron ingots, of course it is. Let's bang some iron ingots in. 8 of them. Start. So it's going to send it to there, and as you can see, our essential provider there. Providers with only 4, not the rest. Why is that then? Eh? Did I only ask for 1? I thought I asked for 8. Oh, 1 to craft 64, what have I done? I've made a bad recipe. Let's make the correct recipe. Bin that one. Try that again. One of them makes 1 of them. That's more like it. Bang that in there. So like normal AE crafting, we can now craft using our alchemical constructs, and we're going to get 8 thaumium out of that. Pretty straightforward. So we can do arcane infusion, we can do alchemical construct stuff, and we can get in stuff from our alembics, and everything is pretty straightforward. Storage bus is using it there. What I've not done yet at the minute is looked how to interact with the actual things. So let's look in here now next. And we've got these 2 things here. We've got an arcane crafting terminal and an ascension monitoring. So ascension monitoring is the one we should look at first, because that's the most straightforward. So ascension monitoring, just a panel, those cores that I mentioned, logic processor and a V filter. You craft that in your arcane workbench, not in your normal crafting table, and with that we can make our Energistics. With that we can make our essential terminal, nice and easy, and it just goes on like a normal terminal would, and in there we can see all our stuff. So there we go, you can see all our stuff there. A couple of extra things you can do with this. With a glass vial, you can put vials into there, and I wanted some Padicio out of there. You can see, because it's creative, I've got like 20 million, however it is, 200 million. Too many to count. I can click on one of the aspects in there, and it's going to fill up any vials that are in there. And as far as I can tell, you have to come out and back in again to clear that off. I can also put full vials in there, and it'll empty them back into the system. I can also do that with water jars, not just vials. That's pretty useful as well. So you can fill a jar up, or you can empty a jar. Nice and easy. So that's your arcane, your essential terminal. So you can see what you've got going on in there, which is pretty nice. There's a little addendum to that bit, and as you saw, it was in the same research as it, so I'll cover it now. On the next page there, we've got a... What's that telling me about a level limiter for? Oh, okay. Okay, right. So we've got a wireless essential terminal. So for that, you want to grab one of them guys. It's crafted like so. So rolling terminals, wireless receiver, energy cell. For that, you need to link it in a security terminal, which is why we've got a security terminal here. So now you put that in there. Now that's linked. You see, it's got no energy in it though. And you need one of these guys, wireless access point. That's normal Applied Energistics, of course, but once we've got some charge in this, then we can charge it up. I'm going to charge it up in a funky way, which I'll come back to in a minute. It's going to take these guys a while to charge that. We'll cover that in a minute and we'll come back to them, but look at them guys, how fun are they? So that's going to charge that up, and we can use that to, basically it's just the same as this screen, we can access this screen. Cool. Level emitter, also very useful. What I should actually done over here is we'll grab the essential level emitter over here. Pretty straightforward to craft. It's your 4 at a time. So what we could have done over here Let's not go off there. Let's come off there. So our terminal, our import buses that we had on here, we could set a export bus, normal one. So this is what I've got set up in my world for auto. So I've got a normal export bus set on there to put auto and to put chiseled stone into there, yeah. So chiseled stone bricks, we'll set that in there as our export thing. I'll go bang some chiseled stone bricks into our system. Like so, 64 of them in there. So when we connect that up, this is going to start putting chiseled stone bricks into our system, yeah. What we can do, so they're going to start coming in. There we go, chiseled stone bricks, and we won't want to set that off the amount of order we've got in the system. So let's have a look how much order have we got in there. We have got loads of order. And what have I put in? Let's we could set that anyway off our order. Let's go and put in our level limiter. Where's it gone? There it is. So level limiter on there. Fail. Boop. Level limiter on there, and connect that back up. And with a vial of order, we can set that to be outputting a signal when we've got so many order in there. And that of course would need a redstone card in it. If that did have a redstone card in it, then it would respond to that redstone trigger. So you can use your alembics to keep a certain amount of a certain aspect in your system. So that's basically what I've got. In my world, I've got auto coming in. I have terror going into a void jar just so it can go somewhere. And that's what you use the. That's one way to use the essential level limiters. Right, what's next? Next one, arcane crafting terminal. This is very cool. This combines a terminal with an arcane work table, and this is where it really starts getting cool, I think. Let's grab one of these. I've got to type Thaumic Energistics in again. Lovely. And we'll grab one of them, arcane crafting terminal. My inventory is getting so full. Now this is very awesome. What we've got is we have a wand goes in there, and now we can craft arcane workbench recipes. So let's have an arcane workbench recipe. Let's have an annihilation core with an entropy shard and some quicksilver, and now it's going to take 1.3 aqua, 1.3 Perditio, and we can craft a diffusion core in there. You'll see it's taking some aqua and some Perditio from our wand, so you do not have to craft stuff in your normal arcane crafting bench. You can use it straight in your thing, and we're going to do something in a minute that's going to make that even better, because we're going to have it so it recharges the wand using a V-relay filler. I think that's probably what we're going to go on to next, but let's have a quick check of the book. So that's the arcane crafting terminal sorted. So yeah, let's come down here then, see what's next. So we've covered all that side here. Now we're coming down to this bit. Before we get to this, in fact, let's quickly look at this bit here. This is the golems that I just showed you. You can craft an iron gearbox, and that's how you craft your iron gearbox. So what's that making me? Is that making me the gears? Yeah, that's making the gears. Okay, and then there's the advanced version of that, which is the Thaumium gearbox, which is that into a crucible with some metallum and precantatio. And you get them once you've researched the golem use core. So what I've got over here is some golems. They've all got the use core with a golemancer's bell. You have to right click on the golem, and then you have to right click on this side of the thing. So in fact, if I take him out of there and place him down again, he's still going to have his recipe on him, isn't he? So he's linked to that still. So it's place him back on there, and it should work straight away because he's linked to that. I want to unlink you off that. Can I unlink you, please? Get out of my way. There we go. So that's how he comes standard. So if you place him, he's got nothing linked. If you look at him there, it'll say one map location. That's a lie. That's a lie. Damn guy. It doesn't come linked to it. What you have to do, you have to right click on him, and then when you first put him on there, you'd have the outer circle on like that. So the outer circle means you placed him onto that block, and then you have to make it so he's got the inner circle on. So you right click him with the golems as well, right click on there, and then it goes to work on that. So you can have 5 golems around that. So that, as you can see there, since I put that wireless terminal in there, they've got it up to 30% charge. Oops, get off. Clicking it with everything I don't want to click it with. Oh, look at that. Clicking it with everything I don't want to click stuff with. Get out of my way. Now we can look at that outer range a bit closer. There we go. We can see our essential terminal, and we can put things in and out of it from wherever we are in our base, provided we've got enough range on the thing there. Very nice. We can get rid of that now. The other thing we can do, of course, we've got another golem here on the back of this farming gearbox. We can get some ore. We can bang some iron ore in there. He's going to go to work for us, doubling our ores. That's a fancy looking wooden crank that you don't have to work yourself. How cool is that? Nice. So that's just that little bit of the thing down there. And then the bit we've got left, this is really nice. This comes off the transducer knowledge. So I've got an energized node here from normal Thaumcraft. So I've got a node which we can use to provide V to stuff like our arcane workbench, if we had one. Not going to find it, I might. How many pages of Thaumcraft stuff we got? There it was. There it is. And I'm going to want one of them. So arcane workbench with one of them. Maybe inventory too full. One of them guys on the top, of course. That's going to give the arcane workbench power. So if we had a wand in there that needed charging, put a wand into there and it would charge up. Wonderful. Let me just quickly clear some of this out because we're getting silly with how much stuff I've got in my inventory there. There we go, nice and tidy. So that's how that works. I'm sure if you've done Thaumcraft lately, that's you know what that's about. What we can do is research here. Let's just research a V-relay interface. So that is pretty straightforward. It's a P2P tunnel and a balance shard. And what we can do with that, a little bit different, is we grab that guy, which is there. Now a couple of things we have to do here. One, we have to get the normal V-relay interface thing. V-relay, that guy. And what you do is you stick your V-relay onto there, like that. So that V-relay is getting power from that. It still don't work though. What else we need is a memory card from normal Applied Energistics. Memory card. And what I do is I'm going to shift click on that, and now we shift click onto we shift click on that, and then we click onto our arcane crafting terminal. Now that is linked. So as you can see, our one went back up because we are now linked via that V-relay interface to that energized node. So now any crafting you're doing there, your scepter goes up automatically. Very nice. That is really cool. This is one of my favourite blocks, the arcane terminal, especially when you've got it linked to an energized node. Nice. Now, last thing, and this is new to me, I didn't even know about this until I started doing this video, because this must have come in with the update with the Eldritch Dungeons, and I was that interested in playing with all of that, I never even noticed that this had got an extra thing in it. And it's got an arcane assembly and knowledge inscription. Now, this is really cool. It took me a little bit of time to work out how to do it, but let's cover it really quick. We've got this guy, arcane assembler. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put him down here. Let's just stick him there. You craft him. It's an arcane infusion recipe. Pretty much the 7 shards around a molecular assembler, and you need a full Thaumic Silverwood scepter. It has to be full charge, and it uses a charge up. I think you get your scepter back, but it uses a charge up when you're infusing it. That's what it sounds like in the book. If you look at it, we'll also need a moderate amount of V storage, and the silverwood scepter seems the best choice. Even though a fully charged scepter is required for the infusion, its stored V is used up during the infusion, which would suggest to me you actually get the scepter back. So you don't use that up. So that's your arcane assembly. It looks quite daunting. Let's first of all get some acceleration card in there. It can have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can see there's this other little thing here. We've got these here. Look at that. You can take. It's got an extra one. Don't know why. We can take some things in there. What we need to make next, it suggests here that you need to create something else. Oh, look at that. V-Real interface. Let's get our memory card again. We've already shift clicked onto that, so I don't need to click on that. There we go. We've clicked onto that. Why you no fill? I know why, because I probably have to have it touching that, don't I? Does it have to be touching? Oops. What's going on? How are you going there? It's weird, isn't it? Don't want to touch that. How odd. Wasn't expecting that. Saved. Loaded. Not filling up. Why? Offline. Online. Filling up. Yay, there we go. Don't know why they want to go on there. That's bizarre. Looks like it has to go to a small LAN, I guess. Can't go into a... No, I didn't want to go on there either, did it? Well, I'm confused. Anyway, as you can see though, that now is filling up with our aspects from our energized node there. The same way that our arcane terminal did. But we still can't do anything with this. We need to do another thing. And that's this other bit of research here. This last bit of research is the knowledge inscription. And for that you need to make these things called knowledge cores. And then the knowledge core goes into this arcane workbench, and we can create stuff. So what I've got in here is, there's the pattern for a knowledge core. I've actually already got a knowledge core in there. But if I was to make this, I'd have to do this first of all in our arcane terminal over here. We have to make one in here. But once you've made one, you probably wouldn't want to have to save that into one of these, but what you can do is you can create a pattern in there, and any pattern that you can create in an arcane terminal or a normal arcane workbench over there that's valid and you've got the research for, it'll let you save it on here. So what I've got in here, I've got saved, I've got a diffusion core saved and a coalescence core saved and a knowledge core saved, and they get saved onto this knowledge core up here. So before you did this, you'd have to make one. So you'd have to make one in your arcane terminal anyway. What you can do with that though is that now goes in there like so. And now once that's in there, so you see I ain't got loads of room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you've got 21 recipes you can go in one of them. And now what we've got in our normal terminal over here, you can see if I go to craftable, we can craft coalescence cores, diffusion cores, and knowledge cores. I've got the materials for them in there. So as you can see, we still need a crafting CPU, which is why I got carried away and made 5 big ones. Cancel. That's where I failed earlier. So I guess if we craft, can we have 64 of them? We've got enough? No, because I've crafted a couple already. Oh, 64 of them. No. Let's go with 32 then. Should have enough for 32. There we go. We can craft 32 of them. We should see them crafting in there. And maybe got some of the graphic missing, but you can see something certainly happening. And we are getting them crafted. There we go. Done. Excellent. So that is pretty much everything to do with Thaumic Energistics. And I think I've shown you how to integrate. What I've not shown, let's quickly cover this really quickly. We want a Extension provider. Remember I said this was like an ME interface. Now if you, of course, ME interfaces, you can put recipes in and put things into stuff. This has got no actual GUI inside it. It's got no, you can't actually click into it. Oh great, needed that, didn't I? Yeah. Let's stick that in there. There we go. That's better. You can't actually put recipes into that, but like an ME interface, of course, you can put things in, but you can also get things fed out into an ME interface back into your system, and that is what I found works out on this. So you can put ME extension providers onto these 4 holes around this advanced alchemical furnace, and if they get connected up, so our thing there, let's connect 2, that'll do. And then if we fed something into here, I don't know if this is going to be close enough to the node over there. Let's have a look. Let's come out of there and try that again. Okay, so nothing's happening, so what I need is a V. There we go. So now we can see we've got Ignis coming across there, and the Ignis is getting fed into this alchemical furnace. And I'm not in creative. So once that's got enough Ignis in there, that should start cooking that stuff up. Come up to it. I'll just put an iron grate on top of there, but you don't need that. I'd like to have an iron grate on it myself. Well, hopefully that, once it's got enough Ignis, will be warmed up. We'll get a graphic there showing that it's got heat in it. It's also going to need the aqua and peditio from there, but them two are not connected, of course. What we'll get is the thing that this cooks up will come into the system using these guys. It looks like that's not going to work for me. Come on! I should have had that V relay there earlier. But that is how you integrate this with that. I've covered everything in the Applied Energistics, in the Thaumic Energistics mod, so it should have covered everything you need to know. If I've missed anything, or if you've got any questions, please let me know, and I shall answer them to the best of my knowledge. Come on, I'm trying to stall to do that, but yeah, there we go. Anyway, we can get aspects in using this or this. We can send aspects out to craft using this or this. We can craft things in there, and even better than that, we can auto craft things in there using that. And that's what all there is to it. And of course we've got little golem slaves that can do stuff for us. Oops, now I'm just wrecking the place. Nah, he's not having it, is he? Feeding in, because you can see a little graphic there. Oh well, I'll have to leave that for another time. I can't stall any longer. So anyway, there you go. I hope I've covered everything. Thank you for watching. I hope you found the video useful. If you didn't find it useful, let me know. If you did, let me know as well. Cheers. Bye. Alright then, it was never going to happen because it needs a separate Ignis and a separate peditio, and to get it out of there, it's going to need a separate aqua to get things in and out of this thing. So if I get some of that chiseled brick now, come on creative, jump that into there, and there we go. And what you should see is that bringing it in. I'm not sure if it's going to bring it in really slow though, because we've got no aqua on there. And they're both with full anyway, aren't they? That's going up. So there's our terror coming in. And what's our other one? Order. Is that going up? Yep, that's going up. That'll go in quicker, go up quicker with aqua. I believe it needs Ignis to heat the thing up, and it needs peditio to actually break the items down, which is why it was only getting Ignis from that, because you can only get one thing through a relay at a time. So that's why. Okay, cheers, bye.